Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, we'll be playing in the new Sentinelle. Believe it or not, this is the first new tank release we have had in 5 months. Now, technically, the BZ-74 one was also released within the past couple months, but this vehicle is virtually unobtainable for 90% of players. The Sentinelle is the first tank that is actually obtainable in, normal crates. And the drop chance is the same as always. It's a 5% drop chance for the vehicle, and then 30 charms to get it guaranteed. So if you want to get the Sentinelle, it's going to cost 45,000 gold guaranteed. Not very surprising. If you have the gold and you're dying to get a new tier 8 because of the lack of content recently, then here's your chance to get it. And if you want to get this vehicle cheaper in the future, that would be always my recommendation. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about this vehicle's statistics, its armor profile. We're going to get into some live gameplay and see what it can do. So let's start off with those statistics. DPM-wise, pretty good, 2067. That's fairly average for a tier 8 heavy, but nothing bad, especially when you do realize that this vehicle also gets tungsten as an autoloader, so that's going to be really, really dangerous. If we go back to the gun, it has 350 damage per shot, which is pretty beefy, and it has an 8-second clip, as we can see. So shoots, you have to wait 8 seconds for your next shell. Shoots again, another 8 seconds. That's a very, very long time. That means in total it's going to take 16 seconds to get those shells out from this tank. But the DPM is alright, and I think this is actually a proper way to balance an autoloader, because look at how quick that clip reload is. It's only 14 seconds. The one thing that seems very bad is the aiming time at 5 seconds. We'll have to see how the on-movement dispersion is when we're actually in battle. When it comes to the pen, pretty average. 240 on the standard, 294 on the gold. It's alright for a tier 8 heavy. It has pretty good high explosive pen, though, at 73 millimeters, dealing a whopping 440 damage. The tank has 7 degrees of gun depression, making it somewhat flexible, and a top speed of 32, with a pretty good power to weight of 17. So it's not a very fast tank, but it does have a very good power to weight ratio to keep it at speed. Now let's take a look at the armor profile, because this is definitely the value that I think a lot of people are interested in. So if we take a look here, this is 220 mils of pen against this vehicle on enhanced armor. As you can see, it has pretty good upper plate armor. That's about 270, and the turret's about 270 as well. So if you're loading gold and you're not running calibrated shells, this tank is pretty strong. The upper plate's now 330, and the turret's about 280. If you are running calibrated shells, as we can see, you can cut through that turret. Let's see what that looks like with gun depression. Let's lower that gun. With gun depression, it's close. Honestly, it's very close. It's like 290 thick with gun depression. So against tier 7s, this thing is going to get an insane amount of bounces. To be fair, though, there is a weak spot on the upper plate here, but still like 250 thick. So against tier 7s, this thing's going to get an insane amount of bounces. Against tier 8s, you'll get some bounces. And then against tier 9s, you're probably not going to get any, because they're going to cut right through that turret with very little effort. So that is something to keep in mind. But the armor is pretty good, I will say that. It's not a bad gun at all in terms of the armor. In fact, while we're on Blitzkit, something I do want to see is the on-movement dispersion, which is right here. Yeah, it's not very good. It's pretty average. The on-movement dispersion, oof, yeah, that's not good at all. So with the poor aiming time and bad on-movement dispersion, I think we can expect to see this vehicle be pretty mediocre on its aiming time. But we're going to find out, because now we are in queue. I'm just happy that I finally have a new tank to make a video on and review. As I said, it's literally been 5 months since an obtainable tank has been released, and that's just ridiculous. We should be getting a new tank like once a month, and we should be getting new events once a month as well. But the fact that we're waiting this long just for a single tier 8 is pretty tragic, especially because we've all been waiting for the Chieftain Proto, which has been sitting in my press account garage for literally the last 7 months now. So it's been finished with testing. I actually recorded my review on the Chieftain Proto like 7 months ago when it was put into this garage. But because it's never been released. I mean, the review's still the same. It's just funny that the review is that old. Either way, let's get into a battle here. Here we are on Naval Frontier, and we have a T-77 up against us, and a Tiger II, both really strong tier 8 heavies. Now, because this vehicle does have tungsten, I do feel like it's actually going to be really, really fun. And the base dispersion, while the aiming time might be atrocious, is still pretty good. So, I guess we'll find out. I guess we will find out. Now you're seeing that pretty solid power to weight ratio here. As I mentioned before, while this tank may only reach a top speed of 32, it has a pretty average power to weight, so it'll actually get up to speed and just kind of stay at 32, which I guess is fine. So we're going to move over here. Still chilling at 30. I don't have too much support, so I'm not going to go wide like our LTTB, but I will cut up here. For some reason, both the T-77 and Tiger II are not spotted on this flank, which means they are probably going up top. Interesting. No way I could have predicted that, but now we got to quickly head over towards that side of the map before bad things happen to our team. So what I'm hoping is that we can get behind this Tiger II, possibly. And, well, I guess we'll see. You do have 7 degrees of gun depression in this tank, which is something, right? We're going to aim it on the lower plate of the Tiger. There you go. Nice 407 damage shell. That's obviously pretty good there. And we're just going to aim it on the lower plate of the Tiger again. Oh, you know, we got the SU here. There's a 383. And now I just got to try and angle it so the SU can't really pen me. So let's just chill here. Let's get another pen into his tank. There you go. We got a bounce from the Tiger. Let's just hope that our LTTB can take this player out of the game. There you go. 46 damage, high explosive. And now we have the Tiger II. And you can see that quick reload on the gun here. Like, that is a very, very fast or not an auto reloader, but it's just a very fast clip reload. And you can see, again, I'm just going to start reloading my clip here. We have the T-77 camping in the back. I'm not even going to bother to poke that because it's a waste of my time. So we're going to head over here, and we'll see if we can get some damage into the SP. Ooh, the SP's right there as well. Ideally, that would be a super easy push, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to move up, and I'm hoping that this player is going to just sit, like, right here for the next time being. Boom. 509 damage into the tank. And in 4 more seconds, we'll have another HE shell with this player's name written on it. Well, I guess we'll just fire standard because they got shot. T-77 shoots me. Don't really care. We're just going to reload again. 14 seconds is all we need. And the LTTB is actually flanking off to the side of that player. Not too bad at all. Alright, so far this tank's been doing pretty good, I have to say. No complaints about it. LTTB is rushing the T-77, which I'm not really sure if I agree with that play, but alright. LTTB is going to shoot the T-25AT. And, wow, that player got obliterated. Well, at this point, there's only 2 tanks left. The T-77 and the Eagle 7. So we're going to push the T-77, and we'll see what he does. Hello, mister. There you go, 412. I do have to say, the tungsten is really nice on this tank. Like, it really does feel super, super nice just being able to chunk out these high damage shots. Because, as you can see, the tungsten lasts just as long as my clip. So I can literally just roll out these damage numbers here. That was a 1200 damage clip we just did to that player. That's a lot of damage, honestly. And now we just reload, we turn around, we're already up to 3,500 damage in this game. And it looks like the Eagle 7's just going to run away. Which is a bit lame, I won't lie, but oh well. The LTTB looks like he's going to fight the Eagle 7. And if I want to actually deal any damage, the only thing I can realistically do here is push all the way down and try and shoot the Eagle 7 in the crossing. I don't think that's too unrealistic of a play, though. So let's just head over here, aiming, and bonk. Oof, yeah, that 5-second aiming time, I can definitely feel it there. It wasn't too bad before, because obviously the Tiger II and SU-152 that we fought were 10 feet from us, and the T-77, the SP, were also very close to us, but when we shot at that Eagle 7 there, I definitely noticed that poor level of aiming time. But a pretty good battle, 3,800 damage. No stress whatsoever. I have to say, this tank does feel actually pretty fun. As I said in the past, I really like the M4Yo, which has a similar type of gun. It has this, 7-second reload, and then you have 4 shells with 310 alpha, so you can go shoot, and then you have to wait. And it's just slightly faster than a normal 310 DPM tank. So Tiger II has a little bit longer of a reload, and then the M4Yo gets really good armor and really good mobility and everything else as well. And this tank kind of has a similar approach. The mobility on this tank is not crazy good, it's only 32, but because the power to weight is fine, it at least stays at top speed, which means you're never going to be slow climbing up a hill or anything along those lines. And by the way, this is the king of all hills, Middleburg. The Sentinelle has pretty good armor, and it has a really nasty gun. It has tungsten. That means you're literally dealing 1,200 damage clips in this tank. That is super dangerous. So we're going to obviously head up the hill here. And we're going to see what we can do. We actually have another tank that's not very fast, but has a really good power to weight, being the Action 10. So, yeah, let's see how fast we're able to climb up this hill. So far, we're chilling at 30, 28, 27. Yeah, it's definitely a fairly good power to weight ratio on this vehicle, as we can see. Like, we're going probably about the same speed as the Action 10 up this hill, which is not bad at all. If I was in an E100 climbing up this, we'd still be climbing. So, we're going to move up here. We have the Chimera, we have the Panzer 58 off to the side. So we're going to move up more towards mid, especially because it's a tier 8 battle. And what I'm hoping is that we can catch the enemy off guard here. Oh, wow. That's that 5 seconds of dispersion there. That's tragic. Alright, well, let's reload a little bit longer. Let's put on our tungsten, and there you go. Nice 404. 5 seconds left. We'll have a second shell into the Samwa. And 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's 800 damage we just took off that player. This just feels really nice. It does. Because, again, like with tungsten and the super quick reload, the IS-3 Defender has a similar intra-clip. The difference is the IS-3 Defender has to wait, like, 20 seconds to get those shells out, where this vehicle only has to wait 14. It's just such a quick reload time. So we get one shell into that player there. We have the Shark crossing, who we get a nice 438 max roll into. That's got to hurt you. And then again, in 5 more seconds, we'll have another shell, which we're going to aim in, well, I guess we don't need to. We do have the Bulldog in the back, though. And with the high HE damage, oof, 393. As we did see, this thing is 440 alpha, but unfortunately it just low rolled. But it's fine. It's fine. We're getting out damage. Again, 6 more seconds, we have our shells back already. So very, very quick on our shells. And just trying to figure out exactly what the best play is to make here. We have the lightweight, and I'm going to ignore the lightweight. I'm going to push over here on the Shark and the 252. There you go. Nice 380 damage shell into that player. Going to back up. Let's see if we can get another shell into the 252. There you go. Another 387 damage shot. Looks like the lightweight's being held off by our teammates still, which is obviously quite nice. And we're going to aim it on the Shark's lower plate. There you go. 438. I mean, we're getting out damage. We're getting out a lot of damage. And these players don't really know how many shells I have due to the way this gun works. The only thing I'm a little worried about is the T-54 lightweight on my flank. That player's definitely a bit of a threat. But now that we have our shells back, we can poke the Shark. We have the Borsig in the back, though. That's definitely a bit of a threat. That shell missed. Wow, our team actually managed to throw this game. That is pretty tragic when you think about it. Traverse speed on this vehicle as well, not very quick, won't lie. Yeah, wow. Very slow traverse speed. I should have just shot the Shark instead, but we just couldn't turn the tank fast enough. I was hoping I could high explosive pen that T-54 lightweight, but as I said, yeah, that traverse speed, not very good. To be fair, the Sentinelle did an entirely fine battle. There was no issues with the tank in this game. We were pumping out damage, we moved up to support our team, and somehow our Action 10 and a MIL 1951 both managed to die. I don't even know how. I really don't. Our whole team fell apart, but we did over 3,100 damage and had a really, really good game. I have been thoroughly enjoying this vehicle. Let's honestly try one more game. Let's have a rule of 3, and let's see if we can get a victory out for the final battle today. Well, we're on Mullandike. Which is an alright map. I have no complaints, but we'll have to see where our team ends up going. We have the Turtle helping us. KV-3 has no camo. Oh no, the KV-3 does have a camo, but I would still expect the KV-3 to go over towards this flank of the map. And we have the Annihilators, so we have 4 tanks heading over to the heavy flank, and that's fine. We have a Sentinelle on the enemy team, we have a VK-168 and an Annihilator. Alright, well, we'll move up here. And hopefully we'll be able to get out some decent chunks of damage. We'll see, though. We will see. I'm obviously not going to try and over-aggress, especially when I only really have Tier 7 supporting me. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. We're going to get to this crossing here. Or, you know what? This is actually not a bad spot there, either. But I like this spot a little bit more because it protects me from that side crossing there. So we're going to chill right here. There you go. We have the enemy Annihilator. And we get a nice 410 damage shell into his tank already. That's pretty nice. Okay, well that's not bad at all. Let's see, anybody else over here? Well, we got the Leo. There you go, 392 damage into that player. Oof, and the Leo got absolutely blasted. And we have the Annihilator poking again, which bounces me, and we get another 400 damage into. That's all really good stuff there. I mean, we have dealt 1,200 damage already. We have bled out quite a bit of health from the enemy. And we just chill here and reload again. This is definitely where the Sentinelle feels nice, though, because you have that really high damage output with 350, plus you have that, you know, decent DPM and everything else. This tank honestly does feel great. So let's aim it on that VK. We're going to aim it right on the lower plate. Unfortunately, we got spotted, and, yeah, the VK shoots me. Kind of a bummer, but I honestly didn't expect that VK to spot me 240 meters away. Oh, well. We're going to ignore that player for now. It's a waste of my time. Instead, we're going to push up and try and deal something more like the Sentinelle, especially with the SP flanking from behind. I think that's going to be a really nasty combination, but we'll have to see. There's the Leo, and let's move up ourselves. Hello there. Oh, man. That 5 seconds of aiming time is pretty awful. I won't lie. Like, that is really, really bad. We have the Leo right here. What I'm hoping is that we can drive up, over, and by. Easy. Alright, and then we have the VK168 on the flank over there, who... I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do here. I'm going to ignore that, and we're going to just push over here. I'm going to ignore all of that action. We're going to push this, hope that the VK doesn't pen me. 517. Alright, bro. Alright. Guess you're just going to pen every shot. 517. What the heck, bro? Alright, well, looks like the Annihilator is distracting him, and the KV-3 gets the clear. We're just going to reload our clip. I can't believe, though. Alright, well, they have a Vindicator, which I don't know where that player is, but our camo should be reset at this point, so I don't need to worry too much about that. The Sentinelle is fighting the Yag Tiger, which has insane levels of DPM, which is good for us. It means that if that Sentinelle starts shooting the Yag Tiger, I can push him from the rear, and if I'm fast enough, we can get some damage out. So that's the goal here. So let's keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. It's pretty impressive how this Yag Tiger is managing to die to the Sentinelle. But we're just going to keep going here. There you go. Sentinelle shoots once. And we are now on the flank of this player. We're going to get behind him. Here we go. Move out of my way. There you go. 404. This Yag Tiger is actively stopping his teammate from helping him. Yep, keep stopping me, Yag Tiger. Very, very helpful, bro. Alright, there you go. Another nice shot. And all that's left is the Sentinelle, who's a very, very easy one-shot. There you go. Want to get out of the way? I mean, all you had to do is stop for like half a second, bro, and wait for me to pass you. And instead you decided to, like, drive on my side. Oh, well. We did fine, and we had a pretty solid result here. So, in general, I have no complaints about the Sentinelle. This tank has good DPM. It has alright armor. I'm not going to say the armor is good, because, as you saw, on flat ground, you're going to get penned almost every shot. But I think using gun depression, you'll definitely get bounces against tier 8s and 7s, which is solid. And, again, another 3,000 damage game. Like, I really enjoyed playing this tank, and it played exactly like I thought it would. I think the tungsten alone really elevates this tank because you deal 1,200 damage in 16 seconds, and if you compare that to, like, the IS-3 Defender, which also has a auto-loader style gun, the IS-3 Defender has so many downsides on the gun, right? It has a 7.5 second intro clip, so about the same. And the alpha damage is about the same with the tungsten, but the difference is that the IS-3 Defender has to wait 23 seconds to get those shells back, where the Sentinelle only has to wait 14. That's a big advantage for the Sentinelle. So I really like the tank. You can let me know what you guys think in the comments, but not a bad vehicle. I think it's not overpowered either because of the fact it waits a while to get those shells out. I mean, if you're not in cover in 8 seconds, that's kind of a skill issue. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, if you want to see more content like this to stay up to date with the newest, most relevant information for World of Tanks, you know what to do. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.